shortstop, number 11, Alex Ludwig.
Back here at Falcon Park, ready to rock and roll here on the live stream of the D3 NCAA Baseball Tournament at Falcon Park in Auburn, the New York Regional between number 4 Baldwin-Wallace and number 5 Swarthmore. Our first game on the docket today with 3 more still to come. 1-0 the count to Alex Ludwig, the shortstop for BW, after Spencer Badia went down with a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Ryan Warm, the lefty for the Garnet. Up to 3 on the day as we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-0 to Ludwig. Big looping curveball drops in there right on the inside edge. Dudley Toss stands at second base. Opened up this inning with a single through the gap right in the middle of the infield. Here comes the 2-1 to Ludwig. Fights it off foul, 2-2. Toss stole second base on that swinging K for Badia. So he's in scoring position for Ludwig, who drove in the only BW run so far of the game back in the 1st inning with an RBI single. Ludwig calls for time, batting .333 on the season. Drove in 34 runs, make it 35 after that one back in the 1st. Daylight play at second base for the Garnet with the shortstop Hebel creeping over to the bag. Bataa alert at second base. Here comes the 2-2 from Ryan Warm. Drifts inside, in on the hands, just barely missed the plate. Swarthmore dugout thought that one was good and they were going to be out of this inning. Instead, it's a full count for Alex Ludwig. Complicated sign from the catcher Kenji Yoshi. Warm ready, the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded foul down the first base line, and Ludwig stays alive. Baldwin-Wallace took that 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st, but Swarthmore came right back with 2 of its own in the top half of this frame. Solo shot from Cole Beaker, and then a run was walked in. Another payoff pitch to Alex Ludwig from Ryan Warm. Hard ground ball right at the second baseman, Matt Palmer, gobbles it up over to first base, and we are done with this frame. So Dudley Toss starts it off with a leadoff single, back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Warm, and then a ground out off the bat of Alex Ludwig, and Swarthmore escapes without any more damage. 2-1 Garnet over the Yellowjackets as we head to the top of the 4th.
The Yellowjackets in the bottom of the 3rd. No run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 not out. Let's take this opportunity to let everybody know that the concession stand is open, and they're featuring hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, popcorn, pretzels, and I believe they have some French toast sticks this morning. Something for breakfast.
Okay. Also, 867-5309. Also, Evan said, can you please have the double days log out of my Spotify? Did he give you guys his login? He gave it Yeah. I was trying to get the music on yesterday, and it just automatically went over. It wasn't trying to use it. Yeah.
Leading off the fourth, the right fielder, number 1, A.J. Liu.
Picture perfect day for baseball here in Auburn. We're back at Falcon Park. Top of the 4th inning. Swarthmore back to the plate. Already on top 2-1. Top of the lineup for the Garnet with A.J. Liu. 2 of 2 so far on the day. Right fielder for Swarthmore. Same pitcher on the hill for BW. It's Evan Lovick, and right off the bat, make it 3 for 3 for A.J. Liu on that miss out to left field.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Charles Levitt.
So A.J. Liu stands at first base with Charles Levitt at the plate for the Garnet. First pitch just misses from Evan Lovick. Lovick, who has already stranded 7 runners so far through 3 innings. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and then the bases full. 2 in the second, I should say, and then the bases loaded in the third. Here in the fourth, already 1 base runner with A.J. Liu at first. Levitt fouls this one off. Levitt on the day, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. This pitch lifted out to right field, gets past Alex Markham, and rolls all the way to the fence. Levitt digging for second base, and Liu moves all the way to third. So no down, 2 runners in scoring position again for Swarthmore. The sun is beating down here in Auburn. Markham might have lost it in the sun for 1 second. And now another mound visit for the Yellowjackets, head coach Brian Harrison. This could be the day for Evan Lovick. Gave up a couple of runs back in that 3rd inning, and that will do it. So Lovick's day is over. 3+ innings pitched, a couple of earned runs, and both runners in scoring position on his tab. We'll take a short break, come back for more of the top of the 4th inning with Swarthmore looking to open this game up, already on top 2-1.
Now pitching for Baldwin Wallace, number 12, Jack Raines. Fans, take home a souvenir from today's championship. Visit the NCAA merchandise booth located on the 3rd base side of Falcon Park for great championship gear and memorabilia.
4 or 5 just to get to the championship. You gotta win 5 out. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Actually, no, you get 5 just to get there. You get 6. Yeah. Okay. 8. All right. Is that if you lose the first game, then you gotta win 5 more? You gotta win 5 more. So if you, let's say you run through undefeated. Yes. So you go 4. 4. Because it'd be 1 of each day. Right. 1 each game, and if you win here, it's 4. So it's 4. If you lose,
Another jam for a Baldwin Wallace pitcher. New man on the mound, Jack Raines, number 12, the lefty, to face the lefty batter Cole Beaker, who's already gone yard once today. First pitch. Catches the outside corner, 0-1. Beaker 1 for 2. Diving catch made in right field back in the first inning by Alex Markham. Then in the third inning, he left no doubts, no chance to make a nice play. A solo home run past the right field wall. Next pitch from Raines, in there for strike 1. Check that, strike 2. 0-2 the count to Cole Beaker. Poked to the shortstop, Alex Ludwig, on it, over to first, makes the play for the first out, but that brings home a run. So a productive out for Cole Beaker, drives in his second run of the game. A.J. Liu scores from third. It's 3-1 Garnet. RBI 6-3 for Beaker. One down here in the top of the fourth. That brings up Jackson Roberts. DH for Swarthmore. Runner on third base is Charles Levitt, moved over on the play. Roberts takes ball 1. He's 2 for 2 already on the day. A double back in the first inning, and then a single in the third. Came around to score.
Thank you.
Foul ball off the bat of Roberts. Counts even, 1-1. Jack Raines, the new pitcher for BW, making his 21st appearance of the season. A 3.62 ERA, 4-1 the record. Raines 1-1, fouled off again. Same spot, same result. Now the count is 1-2. Raines pitched 54 and 2/3 innings back in the regular season. 17 walks compared to 52 strikeouts. One pitch away from number 53, missed up and away, 2-2. Evan Lovick, the starting pitcher, his line is still open. Just got charged with his third earned run because A.J. Liu over at third base was his responsibility. So is Charles Levitt, who stands there now. The 2-2 pitch to Roberts. Miss low, gets away from the catcher Kaltenbach. Could be a play at the plate. Not getting there in time, though, and coming home to score, Charles Levitt. 4-1 Swarthmore now in the top of the fourth. Run scores on the wild pitch from Raines. So now the bases are clear, but it's a 4-1 lead for the Garnet. 3-2 pitch to Roberts, frozen rope through the gap. And another single for him. He's 3 for 3 on the day, and the Garnet continue to mash.
Now batting third baseman, number 2, Connor Elliott.
Brings up the 5-hole hitter for Swarthmore, Connor Elliott. Elliott 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch outside, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Elliott struck out back in the first inning and then singled in the third. Elliott coming off a 2 of 5 performance at Arcadia. The 1-1 swing, he got a piece, but right back to the mid of Kaltenbach, 1-2. Jackson Roberts over at first base after his third base knock of the afternoon already. We're here in the top of the fourth inning. Back-to-back 2s on the scoreboard for Swarthmore. 2 in the third and now 2 in this one. The 1-2 pitch from Raines, swing and a miss. Gets him to fan on the outside change. First strikeout of the day for Jack Raines after taking over for Lovick.
center fielder.
2 down now,
Number
top of
5,
the 4th.
Jared Gillen.
The book is closed on the starting pitcher, Evan Lovick, as Jared Gillen steps in next for the Garnet. Gillen takes ball 1 low and away. Lovick on the day, 3 innings pitched, 3+ innings. He was pulled in this one. 4 runs, all of them earned, 9 hits allowed. 3 walks and a couple of strikeouts. He faced 20 batters. The 1-0 pitch to Gillen, fouled straight back into the netting, 1-1. That's out of character for Evan Lovick, who's one of the best pitchers in program history for BW. 24 career wins, that's the most in team history. This season, the ERA just barely above 3. Struggled today, though, against the Centennial Conference champions. Here's the 1-1 from Jack Rains. Lifted foul off to the right side. In the direction of the new deck here at Falcon Park, a beautiful addition. Come catch a game here for this college tournament or in June when the Doubleday season starts. Get yourself a craft beer, enjoy the beautiful weather here in central New York. Finally came just in time for baseball. Count 1-2 to Jared Gillen. The pitch from Rains. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but did he get a piece? Yes, he did. He stays alive as it gets away from Kaltenbach. Swarthmore with 10 hits already in this one. Came in scorching hot, and they have stayed so through these first 4 innings. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball right at the shortstop, Ludwig. Lost it for a second, now whips it to first. Got him in time. Ludwig makes the recovery at shortstop, but not before Swarthmore plates a couple more. It's 4-1 Garnet as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Swarthmore in the top of the 4th. They had 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and had 1 man on base.
Yeah, it's really nice in here.
Bottom of the 4th in Game 1 here in the New York Regional D3 College Baseball Tournament, hosted by the Auburn Doubledays at Falcon Park here in central New York. Baldwin Wallace back to the plate, down 4-1 against the 5-seed Swarthmore. First batter for the Yellowjackets, Jacob Bonner, the first baseman, against the starting pitcher for the Garnet, Ryan Warm. Warm threw 3 full innings, allowing just the 1 run. It was earned back in the first inning. 3 hits so far for BW compared to 10 for Swarthmore. Fastball outside, 1-1 the count to Bonner. 0 for 1 on the day, struck out back in the first. Fastball low and away, 2-1 the count to Bonner. Here against Ryan Warm, the sophomore out of Gainesville, Florida. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing, did he go around? The appeal down the first base line, and Greg Hewitt says he did. 2-2 the count. Hewitt at first base. The umpires will rotate. These guys get a break in Game 2, and then they'll be back for Game 3. The 2-2 popped out to shallow right field. Lou coming on for Swarthmore. Settles underneath, and he makes the catch for the first out.
designated hitter, number 31, Phil Wells.
One down in the bottom of the fourth for Phil Wells. The lefty hitting DH for BW takes strike one. Wells, the DH today for the Yellowjackets. Awaits the 0-1 pitch from Warm. A lot of movement on that one, but he missed low and away, 1-1. Wells batting .301 on the season. Warm working quickly. Breaking ball dives low, 2-1. Wells, the junior out of Buffalo, 6'2", 220. Here's the 2-1. That one plunked him on the elbow, but the umpire says, you leaned into that one. Get back here. The home plate umpire, Martin Rahl, was having none of that. You got to respect the acting job by Phil Wells, though. Looking to get something going here for BW. There comes the 3-1 from Warm. Wells takes that one. It's a strike on the inside corner. Maybe Martin Rahl having his way with Wells a little bit after that little charade. The 3-2. Swung on, blooped out to shallow center field. This one could fall. Gillen gets underneath it, though, and he makes the catch for Swarthmore out in center. So a couple of flyouts for BW here in this fourth inning. And you're Phil Wells and you're 6'2", 220, and I think that might be a conservative estimate. You can wear a slow pitch like that. Did not end up paying off for him, though. He goes back to the dugout as the second out of the frame. Trent Kaltenbach, the catcher, in next. Takes ball one up and away from Ryan Warm. Strike one with a fastball that catches the outer edge. 1-1 to Kaltenbach, the senior catcher. This fastball low in the dirt, stopped by Yoshi, 2-1. Warm wasting no time, and he pumps in a fastball, makes it 2-2. Kaltenbach 0 for 1 so far today, flew out to right field back in the second. This pitch laced out to center field. That one falls in front of Jared Gillen, and Kaltenbach a little too out lightning for BW. That brings up Kyle Pennington for the Yellowjackets. The number 9 hitter, 0 for 1 today, but he did reach safely back in the second on the error on the shortstop Hebel. Pennington, a .250 batter on the season. Ball one low and away. Only batted 44 times in the regular season, but gets the start here in the tournament. Fastball caught the outer edge, 1-1. Check swing off the nub, 1-2. So Warm one pitch away of getting out of this inning. Last time he pitched, he went 10 innings against Johns Hopkins a couple of weeks ago on May 6th. The 1-2. Drifts outside, 2-2. Picked up the win in that one against the Blue Jays. 10 full innings, 10 hits allowed, just 3 runs. Threw 125 pitches, so this guy can go deep. Here in the fourth inning, nursing a 4-1 lead for Swarthmore. The 2-2, missed outside again, full count. Scoreboard loaded up, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth for the 4-seed Baldwin Wallace. Trent Kaltenbach stands at first. The payoff pitch, swung on, blooped out to center field. Another single to the same exact spot. Back-to-back knocks for BW. Pennington aboard safely again. They go back to the top for Chase Knodel.
Batting is center fielder, number 9, Chase Canoodle.
Are we good? Okay.
Time called by the catcher Kenji Yoshi to talk things over with Ryan Warm. Knodel at the dish, 0 for 2 with a couple of pop outs. First to left field back in the first, and then to the second baseman in the second. Knodel stands in at 5'8", 165 against the 6'1", 160 pitcher Ryan Warm. First pitch to Knodel. Fastball in there, strike one. Knodel batted .370 this season. Started all 43 games for Baldwin Wallace. Here comes the 0-1 from Warm. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. Knodel comes in blistering to this one. 533 in the Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament. Again, that BW just steamrolled through. Averaged almost 20 runs per game, winning that conference tourney. Here's the 0-2. Missed outside, that's where Yoshi was setting up. The 1-2 as Knodel lays off. All-conference second team this year was Knodel in his senior season. Runners at first and second for the Yellowjackets. Carlton Bach at second, Pennington at first. Warm from the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Dips in there, strike three on the outside edge. Ryan Warm strands a couple. Still a 4-1 Swarthmore lead, headed to the top of the fifth inning.
For the Yellowjackets in the bottom of the fourth, they had no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 outs. The NCAA would like to thank official equipment suppliers, Holdings, Rollins, and Spec Seats for their support of NCAA Championship. Their contributions help enhance the educational and athletic experiences of more than 500,000 NCAA student athletes. Leading off to the top of the fifth is shortstop, number 21, Colson Hubble.
Might as well make something of it, right?
7-8-9 due up for Swarthmore here in the top of the fifth inning. Already leading 4-1. Jack Raines deals strike one to Colson Hebel, the shortstop for the Garnet. He's walked in both of his plate appearances. This is the first time, though, he's seeing the relief pitcher for Baldwin Wallace. The 0-1 from Raines popped down the right field line, drifting foul. It does land in the bullpen down that right field line. So the count 0-2 to Colson Hebel here against Jack Raines, who came in relief for Evan Lovick in the last inning. Recorded all 3 outs in that top of the 4th, but still 2 runs came across for Swarthmore. The 0-2 from Rains. Clubbed out to deep left field. Dudley Toss sprinting back at the warning track. It bounces off the base of the fence, and Hebel digging for second base. Holds up there as Toff finds it and strikes it into third. But a leadoff double for Colson Hebel, and the Garnet continue to rake here in the NCAA tournament.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Matt Palmer.
So Colson Hebel has reached safely in all 3 of his plate appearances. That brings up Matt Palmer, the second baseman, who has also not been retired so far. Single in the second, a walk in the third. The first pitch from Jack Rains, taken for a strike on the outside corner. Palmer, the senior out of Asheville, North Carolina, awaits the 0-1 pitch from Rains. Checks on the runner at second, now he comes home. This time he missed outside, 1-1. Palmer, batting .304 on the season, stands in at just 5'9". The 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to. I did that originally when I was testing it, and I was like, oh man, I should have. Yeah, I'll just keep it clean. Hey, he's here. This guy.
Palmer digs back in. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Rains. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second punch out of the day for Rains, and Palmer goes down swinging. Hebel stays at second base after that leadoff double. Brings up the number 9 hole hitter, Kenji Yoshi. Yoshi 0 for 2 on the day. First time facing Rains. First pitch has to wait, though, as he takes a look at second base. No one covering the bag, though. Fastball outside from Rains, 1-0. 2-0 on the ball low from Rains. Players on this Swarthmore roster come from all over the place. You've got Texas, North Carolina, Minnesota, Kansas, Virginia, Illinois, Washington, D.C. No one comes farther than Kenji Yoshi, all the way from Tokyo, Japan. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Rains. Missed up and away, 3-0. The 3-0 to Yoshi. Takes it for strike 1, no green light there. In fact, there's only one player on the roster for Swarthmore from the state of Pennsylvania. College located about 11 miles away from Philly. They recruit from all over the place. The 3-1 from Rains. Missed upstairs, ball 4. First walk of the day for Rains in relief of Lovick. That's the 7th batter he's faced. And Yoshi takes his base. So runners at first and second for the Garnet now. Already with 11 hits and 4 runs here in the top of the 5th. And in comes A.J. Liu, who's red hot today. 3 plate appearances, 3 hits. First pitch drops in, strike 1. Liu back in the first, an infield single. Then in the second, a single to center field that nearly brought home Swarthmore's first run. instead a missile from the center fielder Chase Knodel. Kept that BW lead intact in the second inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Sharp ground ball. This could be 2 for the Yellowjackets. Flip to short. Throw to first base. Did he hang on? Yes, he did. How about Jacob Bonner at the bag for BW? Hangs on, and that's a double play, the first one we've seen in this New York Regional. From the center fielder Chase Knodel. Kept that BW lead intact in the second inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Sharp ground ball. This could be 2 for the Yellowjackets. Flip to short. Throw to first base. Did he hang on? Yes, he did. How about Jacob Bonner at the
For Swarthmore, in the top of the fifth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left out. D3 fans, if you're hungry, concession stand is open. The hot dogs are cooking, the hamburgers are on. French fries, pretzels, popcorn, soda.
How you doing, boss? What are you up to today?
Halfway home in Game 1 of this New York Regional of the D3 NCAA College Baseball Tournament. Baldwin Wallace, the 4 seed, back to the plate against the 5 seed Swarthmore. Right now the Garnet with a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-3-4 due up for BW here in this bottom of the 5th with Dudley Tall leading things off. Strike 1 from the same pitcher, Ryan Warm. The starter for Swarthmore now in his 5th inning of work. He's been rock solid ever since giving up that first run in the first. The 0-1 pitch, hard ground ball right at the first baseman, fielded by Cole Beaker, and he steps on the bag for the first out.
Now batting is the right fielder, number 5, Alex Markham.
Alex Markham in next for the Yellowjackets, and pretty amazing that they all chose the same walk-up song. Strike 1 on the outside corner with the fastball from Warm. Who doesn't love Crazy Train? The 0-1 from Ryan Warm. Missed low with a fastball. Markham 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out in the first, a strikeout in the third. Takes ball 2 here from Ryan Warm. Warm gave up that earned run back in the first. Ever since, just 3 hits allowed. He's stranded at least 1 runner in every frame so far. High pop fly toward right field. A.J. Lou settles and makes the play. Two down, bottom of the 5th for BW. Bats came in scorching hot, but they've run into a strong left arm in Ryan Warm. BW put together the best season in program history at the plate. Set team records for runs and tied a record for home runs. First pitch a strike to Spencer Padilla, the second baseman, 1 for 2 on the day. The 0-1 pitch again catches the outside edge, 0-2 quickly. Ryan Warm wastes no time. Takes the sign from Yoshi. Here comes the 0-2. Barely missed outside, 1-2. Signs coming from the dugout for the Garnet. And the 1-2 pitch from Warm. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th for Ryan Warm. He's a workhorse, finding his groove midway through this one. 4-1 Swarthmore lead as we go to the top of the 6th.
Bottom of the fifth for Baldwin Wallace. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. At the end of 5 complete innings of play, it's Swarthmore Garnet 4, Auburn Wallace Yellowjackets 1. NCAA Teams Work is a community-based program driven by the NCAA.
This guy's cruising.
Member student athletes, corporate champions, and partners actively engaged in outreach efforts for national championship are played. Providing disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, and education support, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in each community we visit. For more information, visit ncaa.com/teamworks. Leading off, the left fielder, number 3, Charles Levitt.
The 5-seed Swarthmore here in the New York Regional of the D3 College Baseball Tournament, looking to stay hot. Top of the 6th inning, 4-1 lead for the Garnet, 11 hits already. Same pitcher on the mound for Baldwin Wallace, the 4-seed. It's Jack Rains. First batter he faces is Charles Levitt, who smacks one out to center field. Catch made by Chase Knodel. One pitch, one out for Jack Rains here in the top half of the 6th inning. Rains came on in the 4th, relieving Evan Lovick, who went 3+ innings. First pitch to Cole Beaker is a strike down low, 0-1. Beaker opened things up for Swarthmore back in the 3rd, a solo home run, and the floodgates opened after that. 0-1 pitch fouled off, quickly 0-2. Beaker the solo shot in the 3rd. After that, back-to-back base hits for Swarthmore. Then a pop-out, then 2 straight walks, one of which brought home a run. His count 0-2 against Jack Rains. Missed outside with a moving fastball, 1-2. Rains is a reliever, but he did pitch 54 2/3 in the regular season, and he started 1 game. So he's got stamina. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chopper towards short. Alex Ludwig on it for BW. Throw to first base is in time. Two up, 2 down in this top of the 6th for Jack Rains. Now he's got maybe his toughest test. Jackson Roberts, 3 for 3 in the game so far. A double in the 1st, then singles in the 3rd and the 4th. First pitch. Appeal down the first base line. Greg Hewitt says he did not go around on the fastball low and inside. 1-0. Roberts, the junior out of Piedmont, California, stands in at 6'3". 1-0 pitch, a slow roller, again to shortstop, again Ludwig on it, again he makes the play. So back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. First Ryan Warm does it for Swarthmore. On the other side, for BW, Jack Rains says anything you can do, I can do better. Cruising along, here we go to the bottom of the 6th. Swarthmore on top, 4-1.
Swarthmore in the top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. D3 fans would like to remind you that the Auburn Double Days, the short season affiliate of the Washington Nationals, will be opening their home season June 15th here at Falcon Park against the Batavia Bullpen. Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Alex Ludwig.
Bottom of the 6th at Falcon Park, and Alex Ludwig jumps all over the first pitch he sees from Ryan Warm and shoots it out to left field for a base knock. Ludwig aboard with the leadoff single. He's 2 of 3 on the day with an RBI back in the first. That brings up Jacob Bonner. Baldwin Wallace looking to get after Ryan Warm a little bit. He settled into a groove nicely. A 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th last time out. Jacob Bonner 0 for 2 on the day. He swings at the first pitch as well. This time a shallow pop in foul territory. Bounces off the deck. Spits it back into play. That's a foul ball, 0-1. Bonner a strikeout in the first and a fly out in the 4th. 304 hitter in the regular season. Warm from the stretch, the 0-1. He's got a way to pick off attempt over at first base. Ludwig 14 of 16 stealing bases in the regular season. Here comes the 0-1 from Warm. Fastball outside, 1-1. Bonner, the sophomore out of Akron. Another pickoff over to first base. Warm miss low and away after 3 pickoffs. None successful. 2-1 is the count to Jacob Bonner. Swing and a miss. Took some heat off it. Bonner got a piece, 2-2. Ryan Warm here in the bottom of the 6th inning, showing no signs of slowing down. The 2-2 fought off foul straight back. In his last 5 starts, Warm has gone 7 innings, 8 innings, 6 2/3, 4 innings, and then 10 against Johns Hopkins last time we saw him. In 3 of those 5 starts, cracked 100 pitches. Not sure how many pickoff attempts. I guess that was in the triple digits too. Plenty of times he's checked the runner over at first base, Alex Ludwig. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Punch out number 6 for Ryan Warm. Again, he's in cruise control in the 6th inning.
Coming to the plate, the designated hitter, number 31, Phil Wells.
5 of the 6 have been swinging for Warm. He's pumping in a variety of different pitches. The fastball with some movement on it, plus a couple of breaking balls. And next it's Phil Wells, the DH for BW. Couple of flyouts to center field so far for him. Strike 1 with that nice breaking ball from Ryan Warm. Starts out, looks like it's going to hit Phil Wells, and last time he was at the plate, he tried to lean into a pitch. It did hit him in the elbow. Home plate umpire Martin Rawls says, come back to the lefty box because you're not getting a base for that. Another pickoff with the 0-1 count. The 0-1 to Wells, swung on, laced down the right field line and down. This could be 2 for Wells. Around second base is Ludwig, digging for third. He gets the wave around third base, but now he slams the brakes and comes back. But a 1-out double for Phil Wells. Couple of runners in scoring position, and the tying run to the plate. Down, this could be 2 for Wells. Around second base is Ludwig, digging for third. He gets the wave around third base, but now he slams the brakes and comes back. but a one-out double for Phil Wells. A couple of runners in scoring position, and the tying. So Wells stands at second base, Ludwig at third. Almost got the green light for a split second. One down here in the bottom of the sixth for Trent Kaltenbach. Takes ball one low from Ryan Warm. BW put a couple of runners on back in the fourth at first and second base. One of them was Kaltenbach at second, but Warm worked out of it. Kaltenbach awaits the 1-0. Takes it outside, 2-0. Kaltenbach 1 of 2 on the day. Fouls it off straight back, right toward us here in the press box. 2-1 the count. Kaltenbach drove in 28 runs in the regular season. Chance for a couple with a base knock. Runners on second and third. The 2-1 from Warm. Lifted out to right field. A.J. Liu backpedals, settles underneath, and he makes the catch. That should be deep enough to score the run from third. And it is. Alex Ludwig comes home to score, and BW chipping away. Now it's a 4-2 game in the bottom of the sixth. The sacrifice fly from Trent Kaltenbach.
Coming to the plate, the third baseman, number 32, Kyle Pennington.
So Alex Ludwig, who just scored the run, has now scored once, and he drove in the other one back in the first. Still a 2-run lead for Swarthmore as Kyle Pennington digs in for BW. Takes the first pitch low in the dirt. A nice stop by Kenji Yoshi to keep the runner at third base.
He's solid, man. He's really got good technique.
The 1-0 pitch to Pennington, again in the dirt, and again there's Yoshi with the backstop. The 2-0 pitch from Warm. Missed low and away. Yoshi tried to frame it. No luck with Martin Rahl, the home plate umpire. A 3-0 count with a runner at third base and Phil Wells. That one right down Main Street, 3-1. Pennington 1 of 2 on the day. Reached on the air back in the second and then the single in the fourth. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Just nicked the lower outside corner, so now it's a full count with 2 down, bottom of the sixth. Big pitch coming up from Ryan Warm, looking to strand a runner at third base and keep this 2-run lead intact. The payoff pitch to Pennington. Taken for strike 3, and Ryan Warm fired up as he leaves the mound. Swarthmore still on top, 4-2. Through 6 innings, Ryan Warm works out of another jam.
Bullpen Wallace in the bottom of the sixth. We had 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. After 6 complete innings to play, we have Swarthmore 4 and Bullpen Wallace 2. The third baseman, number 2, Connor Elliott.
Inning number 7 between Swarthmore and Baldwin Wallace, the 5-seed Garnet against the 4-seed Yellowjackets. Right now the underdog on top 4-2 with 5, 6, and 7 due up. First batter off the glove of the third baseman Kyle Pennington. Connor Elliott aboard with the leadoff hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Frozen rope off the bat of Elliott on the first pitch. Connor Elliott now 2 of 4 on the day. 2 strikeouts and 2 base knocks.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5.
That brings up Jared Gillen. The righty batting sophomore playing center field today, 0 for 3. A couple of flyouts and a ground out to the shortstop. Back in the 5th, we saw our first double play of the game. So pickoff attempt from Jack Rains. Elliott back safely. Grounded to the shortstop Ludwig here, could be 2 for the BW defense. Gillen, a .309 hitter on the season. Still awaiting the first pitch from Jack Rains. First pitch, grounder right at shortstop. Ludwig the flip to second base. Badia the relay in time for 2. First pitch, grounder right at shortstop. Ludwig the flip to second base. Badia the relay. So Jack Rains rolling along here in his relief appearance. He's been a blessing for this BW team after the starter Evan Lovick struggled a bit, made it through 3+ innings. That's when Rains came in and he is still motoring along in the top of the 7th. Long relief, nothing new for him. Take a look at his game log. First few times he pitched, 4 innings, 3 innings, 5 innings, 4 innings, 4 innings. He also did make a start earlier this season. Next opponent for Rains is Colson Hebel, the shortstop. He takes strike 1.
Oh my God, is that Drew talking? I said, yeah. She goes, wow, this is so good. His voice is so amazing.
The 0-1 pitch to Hebel. Missed low with a fastball, counts even at 1. That one start for Jack Rains came back in March. Against Thiel, it was a 9-3 win for Baldwin Wallace. He only made it 4 innings. Gave up 5 hits, but only 3 runs. Swing and a miss through strike 2 for Colson Hebel. Aside from that, it's been 19 appearances out of the bullpen for Jack Rains, displaying impressive stamina in that left arm. 2 down, top 7, 1-2 the count to Colson Hebel. Swung on, grounded sharply, picked off by Ludwig. The throw to first, not in time. Incredible play in the hole by Alex Ludwig. No idea how he got the mustard on that throw to first base. But a bang-bang call made by Greg Hewitt, and it's an infield hit for Colson Hebel.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Matt Palmer.
Ludwig has really found a groove at shortstop. Probably been the best fielder on the diamond today. Turned a couple of double plays in the 5th inning, and now in this 7th inning, nearly made the play of the day right there. That brings up Matt Palmer, the second baseman for Swarthmore. Takes ball 1 low. Nice stop by Trent Kaltenbach behind the plate. So Colson Hebel at first base has now reached safely in all 4 of his plate appearances. Here comes the 1-0 to Matt Palmer. Hit him right on the hip. Rains came in with the fastball, challenging him a little bit. Not enough movement, though, to evade that batter. Hit by a pitch. So Hebel moves to second base. Palmer takes his first base. Swarthmore looking to build a little rally here and respond to BW's run in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's Kenji Yoshi in next for the Garnet. Walked last time he came to the plate. Rains from the stretch. Yoshi swings at the first pitch, back to the net. Yoshi, a .270 hitter on the season. Second lowest in the Swarthmore lineup, but his defensive ability behind the plate has been really something to watch so far. The 0-1 pitch finds the outside corner, 0-2. Rains with a couple of strikeouts on the day, looking for number 3. Set a chopper right up the gut, but D is on it at second base. The flip to the shortstop Ludwig, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th. We stretch at Falcon Park, a 4-2 lead for Swarthmore on top of Baldwin Wallace. They've got 3 frames to get back in this one.
For the Garnet, in the top of the 7th, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. That time of the game, folks, the 7th inning stretch. Get on your feet and stretch. Leading off for Yellowjackets.
1, 2, and 3 due up in the bottom of the 7th for Baldwin Wallace, the 4 seed in this New York Regional of the NCAA baseball tournament. It is Knodel, Taw, and Markham due up for the Yellowjackets. First pitch from Ryan Warm, missed outside, 1-0. Knodel 0 for 3 so far on the day with a couple of pop-outs and a looking strikeout. Ryan Warm has been fantastic today in the start for Swarthmore. Missed outside, ball 2. He's got 7 strikeouts so far, including 2 in the 6th inning. Stranded a runner, did allow 1 run. That time he catches the outside corner, 2-1. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Trent Kaltenbach brought home Alex Ludwig. But then he stranded Phil Wells at third base. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, flown out to deep right center field, going back, and that drops in the gap. Knodel rounding first on his way to second base, a stand-up double to open up the bottom of the 7th, and the BW bats are coming alive.
Coming to bat, the left fielder, number 4, Dudley Taw.
Leadoff two-bagger for Chase Knodel. His Baldwin Wallace lineup, Dudley Taw batting .390 on the season, and it's looking .732. Running in scoring position now for the Yellowjackets. Ryan Warm. A couple of cracks for the first time in a while. Taw today, 1 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch back in the first and scored the first run of the game. First pitch to him, big cut and a whiff. out in front of that off-speed offering from Ryan Warm. Oh, and 1 the count to Dudley Taw. Runner at second is Chase Knodel. In there for strike 2. Starts him off with the off-speed pitch. Goes back to the fastball right down the pipe. 0-2 count to the guy who hit almost 400 this season. Warm's pitch. Swung on, lifted foul, straight back into the left. Another 0-2 from Ryan Warm. Again, golfed foul. This time down the left field line, and Taw stays alive. This is the 4th time Dudley Taw has seen Ryan Warm already. You got to wonder at what point do these BW hitters figure out the starter? They're starting to do it. They began back in the 6th, and now in the 7th. They started off with a leadoff 2-base hit by Chase Knodel. Another 0-2 pitch from Warm. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the changeup. Strikeout number 8 for Ryan Warm. And that's only the first out here in the 7th, but that is a big-time clutch K for Ryan Warm. He's 1 away from a season high in strikeouts. So that about a month ago. 9 against Bullenberg. Continues to shine as we pass noon here in Auburn. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. So now Warm is just jerking these bats around for the Yellowjackets. Continuing to pound that strike zone. Only a sophomore out of Gainesville, Florida. Bright future ahead for him. Couple of looks at second base. Knodel is dancing around back there. Warm not impeded by that. Misses outside, 2-1. Chase Knodel, the best base stealer we're going to see today. 32 stolen bags on the season. He was only caught 3 times. He's a guy who can certainly steal third base. The 2-1 pitch from Warm. Missed outside with the off-speed pitch. Now it's 3-1. Markham looking to get on base for the first time today. One of only a couple Yellowjackets who has not reached safely so far, the other being Jacob Bonner, a 6-hole hitter. 3-1 count to Alex Markham. Warm still on the hill for Swarthmore. Missed outside with a fastball and a 5-pitch walk for BW.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6. Spencer Badia.
Number 7. Could we see some signs of weakness from the guy who has been a workhorse all year long for Swarthmore? Kenji Yoshi, he's the field general from behind the plate, talks things over with Ryan Warm. In comes the cleanup man, Spencer Badia for BW. Back-to-back strikeouts for him after that single back in the first. Badia, 356 hitter in the regular season. The numbers are just eye-popping for BW, up and down this line. Left on left, the first pitch from Warm. Big looping curve. Missed inside. Martin Rawl, the home plate umpire, makes that call. 1-0 the count to Badia. Again, 356 on the season. Get a load of these batting averages. 370, 390, 364, 356, 333, 304. That's the top 6 hitters for BW. 1-0 missed low and away, 2-0. This, again, probably the best offensive season in program history for the Yellowjackets. Set a school record for runs and tied a record for dingers. They've been able to play a couple here against Ryan Warren for Swarthmore. Runner at second base, the 2-0 pitch. In on the hands, did that catch him? Badia says it did, and the home plate umpire Martin Rawl agrees. Load up the bases.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Alex Ludwig.
I've been wondering when Warren was going to show some cracks. A walk and a hit by pitch in back-to-back plate appearances. Bases are chucked for Alex Ludwig, who's been the best hitter in this lineup for BW so far today. And now Swarthmore is going to call to the bullpen. Biggest moment of the game so far. 1-1 to Auburn on the pitch. Fantastic in his start. Leaves the bases full. The bases loaded. A 2-run lead for the Garnet here against Baldwin Wallace. Game 1 of the New York Regional 2018 D3 College Baseball Tournament. Back at Falcon Park, I'm Drew Carter. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. BW has runners at first, second, and third. Max Gassan's first batter he faces, Alex Ludwig. Looping curveball drops in there, strike one. Not only are the bases full, not only are they missing a 2-run lead, not only is it the 7th inning, but Alex Ludwig has been the best hitter for BW so far today. 2 for 3 with an RBI single back in the first, then a single in the 6th. They came around to score. This time a chopper to first base. They come home for the finish. Could be tied at first base. He's saved. Ludwig takes it out. Chase Canodal gunned down by Cole Beaker, the first baseman, a cerebral. But Alex Ludwig has been the best hitter for BW so far today. 2 for 3 with an RBI single back in the first, then a single in the 6th. They came around to score. This time a chopper to first base. They come home for the finish. Could be tied at first base. He's saved. Ludwig takes it out. A 3-2 fielder's choice in the scorebooks.
pitching for Swarthmore. Number 12, Jack Corkery.
Well, Ryan Warren would have been the one that we were hoping for. He's the horse.
Yeah, yeah. Although someone was saying in the chat on YouTube that he's the number 3 pitcher. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's rolling them out.
Bases still loaded for Baldwin Wallace. 2 down now in the bottom of the 7th. Jacob Bonner at the plate for the Yellowjackets. New pitcher Jack Corkery for Swarthmore. First pitch, right on right. Frozen rope out to center field. It drops down, going to bring home a run. Second one stays at third base, slamming the brakes, but coming home to score is Alex Markham for BW. RBI single from Jacob Bonner, first pitch of the season.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 31.
And the bases still loaded for Baldwin Wallace. How about that for Jacob Bonner? Welcome to the game, Jack Corkery. Designated hitter in next for BW, Phil Wells. Down 4-3 now are the Yellowjackets. Wells takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Corner quickly 0-2. So Corkery came in relief of Max Kassan, who only faced one batter. Induced the fielder's choice and the force at home. But then Bonner came up and ripped a single into center field. The 0-2 to Hughes. Taken, barely missed outside with a fastball from Corkery. Wells on the day, 1 for 3. Line out back in the 2nd, fly out in the 4th, and then a double in the 6th. Kenji Yoshi, the catcher, calls for timeout. Wants to talk things over with his pitcher. One and 2 is the count to Phil Wells. Wells swings and spanks it down the right field line, but it tails foul. Imagine standing on the mound against this guy, Phil Wells. He's 6'2", 220. Wouldn't be surprised if he's maybe closer to 250. Last time he was at the plate, ripped that double down the right field line. Same type of pitch as that one. That was just a couple of feet foul. Again, the 1-2. Swung on, lifted out to deep right center field. Gillen sprinting back all the way at the wall, and it drops down at the warning track. Baldwin Wallace ties it, and Baldwin Wallace takes the lead. 3 RBIs on the double by Phil Wells, and BW out in front, 6-4. Two down, bases full. Phil Wells eats up that pressure. A 3-run double. BW in front. 6-4. Swarthmore took that 4-1 lead all the way back in the 4th inning. Here we are on the bottom of the 7th. And next for BW is Trent Kaltenbach. One for 2 on the day with a single plus a sacrifice fly. Wells stands at second base. Kaltenbach at the dish. The 1-0, swing and a miss. So Swarthmore plays a little gamesmanship with the bullpen. Ryan Warm went 6+ innings. Got pulled for Max Gasson, who induced the fielder's choice, but that was the only batter he faced, Alex Ludwig. And in comes Jack Corkery, gives up that 3-run double. Kaltenbach fouls off the 1-1 pitch, so it's 1-2, with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Following BW all season long, you're probably not surprised if that's come to life. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. So program record for runs in the season. The 1-2. Missed upstairs, 2-2. And Baldwin Wallace heating up at the right time. Conference tournament, they played 3 games, averaged almost 20 runs apiece in those 3. It was a rampage through that Ohio Athletic Conference. Now here in the NCAA tournament, it's more of the same. Took them a while to wake up, but they certainly have here in the 7th. The 2-2. Sharp ground ball right at the shortstop, Hebel. Makes the from Phil Wells. It's a 2-run ball game with 2 innings left. 6-4, BW on top of Swarthmore.
For the Yellowjackets, in the bottom of the 7th, they scored 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man off base. 3 innings of play. It's Baldwin Wallace 6 and Swarthmore 4. Fans, don't forget to take home a souvenir from today's championship. Visit NCAA Merchant Booth behind the third base stands for great championship gear and memorabilia.
Top of the order due up for Swarthmore. Down 6-4 now after an eruption from Baldwin Wallace. In the bottom of the 7th inning, they go from down 4-2 to up 6-4. And the Garnet now got to respond. Same pitcher on the hill for BW against A.J. Liu. Strike 1 from Jack Rains, who was all of a sudden turned into a workhorse for the Yellowjackets. Came on all the way back in the 4th inning. He's still out there in the 8th. Missed outside with a fastball to Liu, 1-1. Liu's 5th trip to the dish. Just his 2nd time facing Rains, though. He went 3 for 3 against the starting pitcher, Lovick. 0 for 1 against Rains with a double play. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Rains no stranger to long relief appearances. Liu fouls this one off. Ten times he went more than 3 innings in the regular season, including 1 start all the way back in April. The 1-2 pitch to Lou is golfed out to the left center gap, and it falls. Lou rounds first base with a head of steam. He's looking for two. He's A.J. Lou is 4 for 5 in the leadoff spot.
Coming to the plate, the left fielder, number 3, Charles Levitt.
Wise men have said about A.J. Lou, the kid just rakes. Batted .293 in the regular season, really heating up here in the NCAA tournament. Charles Levitt in next for the Swarthmore Garnet. Three on the day so far. Hit by a pitch back in the first inning as well. Fouls off the second pitch. 0-2 the count. Levitt scored back in the fourth inning on a wild pitch. And that was one of the last pitches that the starter Lovick threw. Counts 0-2. Fastball taken up high. 1-2 the count to Charles Levitt. A.J. Lou stands at second base. On the other side for Swarthmore, Ryan Warm finally got a breather midway through that seventh inning. Threw 122 pitches in his start. Chopper toward the right side. Does it stay fair? Yes, it does. Over the head of the first baseman, Jacob Bonner, and that's going to score a run for Swarthmore as A.J. Lou jogs around third and comes home, and the Garnet have cut it in half. It's a 6-5 game.
The first baseman, number 23, Cole Beaker.
I have no idea. Charles Levitt has himself an RBI single. See if we can take a look at that chop single down the first base line from Charles Levitt. Brian Harrison now having a conversation with the home plate umpire Martin Rawl. Man who made the call was Greg Hewitt over at first base. But Harrison calmly strolled out of the dugout, went right to the home plate umpire, Martin Rawl. So it's an RBI single for Charles Levitt. He's had himself one heck of a game, scoring a run with a double back in the fourth and then also the RBI single. So Harrison doesn't want to go back to the dugout just yet. He'll talk things over with Jack Raines. Similar to the other pitcher who went the distance in this one, Ryan Warm, with 122 pitches. Raines is getting up there as well. Again, came in back in the fourth inning in relief of Evan Lovick, and he's still out there here in the eighth. Long relief is his specialty. Again, 3 or more innings, 10 different appearances this season. He's going to stay out there. Green stays on the hill to face Cole Beaker. Beaker, who put the first run on the scoreboard of the day for Swarthmore with a solo blast all the way back in the third inning. Beaker, the 3-hole batter, hitting .349 this season. Jumps on the first pitch and stings it out to right field.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 33, Jackson Roberts.
Second base now after that RBI chop down the right field line, and Beaker stands at first. That'll be the day for Jack Raines as Brian Harrison exits the dugout again, and he'll call to the bullpen. So Baldwin Wallace clinging to a 1-run lead, 6-5 here in the top of the 8th inning.
Garnet!
Jack Raines come back in a moment.
Yeah, Garnet, here we go, baby. We got the new guys. New guys.
Now taking the mound for the Yellowjackets, number 14, Michael Huber. Take this opportunity to remind everybody that the concession stand behind home plate is now open with hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, cotton candy, and pretzels, popcorn, and soda.
I was going to send you a message saying how do you like manning the camera?
That one guy that had
Here we go. Swarthmore a chance to tie or take the lead in the top of the 8th inning. Garnet have already plated 1 run in this frame thanks to the RBI single from Charles Levitt. Now a new pitcher on the mound for Baldwin Wallace. It's Michael Huberts. First man he faces, Jackson Roberts. First pitch has to wait. Runners on first and second.
If it happens.
Distract Hubert.
But it's not going to happen.
Third lefty we've seen already for the Yellowjackets. First pitch to Roberts. Big cut. Gets a piece. Right back to the catcher. Roberts on the day. Started 3 for 3. Double in the first, single in the third, scored a run. Then another single in the fourth. Grounded out in the 6th. Now back at the dish here in the 8th in a big spot. None down in this frame. Change up missed upstairs. 1-1 the count.
So, and then I took another one, and I took the cheese off of that one. But I couldn't finish my stomach. So.
At 6 foot even, 175 pounds on the mound. 1-1 pitch laced out to left field. It drops foul by an inch. Jackson Roberts almost played it a couple for Swarthmore. The left fielder Dudley Taw, no chance to get there. It just barely landed foul right outside the chalk. Next to the bullpen here at Falcon Park for the home team, which is BW today because they're the higher seed, 4 versus 5. Hubert on the season, 19 appearances with a couple of starts. A 2.13 ERA in 38 innings. 1-2 the count against Jackson Roberts, the DH for Swarthmore. Roberts fights it off and stays alive. Count still 1-2 to Jackson Roberts. A deep breath. Fastball way outside. Kaltenbach all over it behind the dish for the Yellowjackets. Jackson Roberts on the season, .377 average. Tops on this team. Drove in 37 runs. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, clobbered out to deep left field. Back it goes, off the foul pole, and it's gone. Jackson Roberts comes up huge. A 3-run bomb in the top of the 8th. And it's 8-6 Swarthmore. Back in full they go in game 1 of the SCAA tournament. And the Swarthmore dugout fired up.
Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Garnet.
4 runs in the top of the 8th for Swarthmore after BW put up the same number in the bottom half of the 7th. High quality entertainment here at Falcon Park. In next for the Garnet is Connor Elliott. Have a day, Jackson Roberts. He's the second Garnet player to go 4 for 5, along with A.J. Liu. Pitch misses low from Michael Huber. So Roberts with a double, a couple of singles, and a 3-run blast. Hubert, the lefty pitcher, 1-1 the count against Connor Elliott, who's having himself a pretty good day as well. He's got a couple of base knocks. This game has really followed an eerily similar path for both teams. Baldwin Wallace's starting pitcher, Evan Lovick, struggled a little bit, only made it to the 4th inning. He was relieved there by Jack Rains, who was a stud with the stamina in that left arm. Pitch missed upstairs, 3-1 the count. Rains goes deep, and then the next man out of the bullpen, Michael Hubert, gives up that blast to Jackson Roberts. 3-1 the count. This pitch belted out to deep center field. Going back is Chase Knodel, and he makes the catch for the second out of the frame. Good contact off the bat of Howley. 5 on the day. Get a look at this. 8 runs for Swarthmore.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, Jared Gillen.
Best offensive program history. They've got 10 hits today compared to 17 for Swarthmore, but give the Garnet some credit. They set a single season record for wins for their program with 33 this year. Previous record was 27.
Number 21, Colson Hebel.
Takes one off his left foot. He takes his base hit by the pitcher, Michael Hubert. Connor Hebel, Colson Hebel in next for the Swarthmore Garnet. He has reached safely every time he's come up to the plate. Couple hits with a double in the 5th and a single in the 7th, plus 2 walks back in the 2nd and 3rd. Soft pickup attempt over to first base from Hubert. BW has used exclusively lefty pitchers so far today against a lineup for Swarthmore with 2 lefty batters and 7 righties. Next pitch in there for strike 1. One's across the scoreboard. 1-1 the count. 1 down here in the top of the 8th. Stands at first base after being hit by the pitch. Another pickoff attempt over to first base. Gillen on the season stole 14 bases, second most on this Swarthmore team. Only got 3 times. 1-1 pitch. Missed upstairs with a breaking ball, 2-1. Hubert's 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big rip from Colson Hebel. Looking to make this a 10-6 game on his own. Hubert from the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Missed outside with a fastball, full count.